Alright Blues, City take on Sunderland tomorrow night in the Capital One Cup. Probably the worst fixture we could have had out of the whole draw. It's not ideal, especially after a defeat at home to West Ham, to be travelling all the way up to Sunderland midweek before a big game against Spurs at weekend. But we should be alright. Sunderland have just been dreadful this season. Absolutely awful. They're the worst team in the league by a long way, which means we'll probably get beat tomorrow night. No, I'm semi-joking, but we need to learn some lessons from last season. We had Newcastle at home in the Capital One Cup last season. We put out a decent side and everybody was furious that we put out such a good side. We underestimated Newcastle totally. We got annihilated by Newcastle at home and David Silva got injured. A lot of you have been tweeting us saying, I really want to see us put out a strong squad tomorrow night. And this might annoy a lot of you, but I'm hoping we don't. I don't want to disrespect the cup at all. I think it's a great trophy to win. It's a good chance of silverware as well. Especially getting a cup that early on in the season. Look at Chelsea last year, for example. And when we did win it against Sunderland, it's a great event. But we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful going into the Spurs game as well. We don't want to be losing big players. So I want to see some of our younger players getting a go, especially Kelechi Iheanacho. He has to start up front. I think that Pellegrini will go against the grain and go 4-4-2. I'm going to go with Caballero in net. He's going to have to play at some point. Unfortunately, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm going to go for Pablo Maffeo. You know how much I love this kid. For me, one of our brightest youth prospects. Hasn't really had a chance yet. He's been in the squad, in the first team squad a few times, but hasn't been on the pitch yet. So I'm going to have Pablo Maffeo at right back. Otamendi and Demichelis, who played really well together actually at the end of the game against West Ham. Left back is anybody's guess. Maybe Sanya goes in at left back. We've got no other left back at the minute other than Kolarov with Clichy being out. Fernando, I think, will start. Maybe he needs a start because everyone writes him off all the time, so maybe a start will do him a bit of good. Maybe Zuccolini will come in next to him, but I'm not too sure if Pellegrini actually rates him that highly. Now, this is one we'd all like to see. We'd all like to see Patrick Roberts get a first-team start. After that goal against Juventus, some of his performances so far in the EDS have been really promising, so I'd quite like to see him get a start. Nasri, if he's fit, I think will play, but you can never count out Jesus Navas playing. But after that West Ham game, good God, he needs a good game if he does play. And then I'm going to go Iheanacho and Wilfred Bony up front. Bony definitely needs a goal because he's been pretty poor so far this season on the goal scoring front anyway. But let us know your predicted 11s in the comments below. Score predictions as well if you could. I'm going to go for a horrible 1-0 City win. As long as it doesn't go to extra time, I'll be quite happy because we do want to get back from Sunderland before Wednesday afternoon. So let us know in the comments below, like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you soon.